What's going on, everybody? It is Coops Hoops, and today we are just going to be ranking every single NBA team for their chances to win a chip this year. If you're new around here and you haven't actually watched one of my videos, and I say that meaning I have one video, so if you haven't watched that video and this is your first time watching one of my videos, I'd appreciate it if you subscribe. If you're into basketball, football, soccer, baseball, I'm going to be talking about all those across the channel. But just, subscribe if you want to, like the video. But today, we're going to be ranking NBA teams. I'm going to change the tiers because I don't think S, A, B, C, and D really do anything for me. So I'm going to start with favorites. And then on A, I'm going to go, there's a chance. In B, I'm going to go with everything needs to go right. And then in C, I'm going to go play in teams. And in D, I'm going to call that outside looking in. And I think we're going to have to make a new tier, because there is a team that I'm going to put in this new tier immediately. And if you don't know who it is, I'm sorry, but that's tough. Let's make that green. I'm a green kind of guy. Let's make this one blue. And let's call it trash. It's that simple. All right, I feel like this is some good tiers. The first thing I'm going to do is move this team right here to trash. I live in Utah, okay? I go to BYU, and I'm surrounded by Jazz fans. Jazz fans are worse than Cowboys fans. If you've never met a Jazz fan, you will never know what I'm talking about. But if you know Jazz fans, you will 100% understand what I'm talking about. Every year, they think it's their year. It will never be your year. You suck. This year, I had somebody come up to me. He was wearing a Jazz shirt. I go, hey, are you a Jazz fan? He goes, yeah. And then I'm like, oh, well, how do you feel about the team this year? He goes, dude, we have a chance to get it all. Like, Lauri Markkanen's really good. You're right. Lauri Markkanen is good. You don't have a point guard. How do you win a championship without a point? How do you win games? How do you make it to the playoffs without a point guard? I didn't even want to get it into that whole argument with him, because Jazz fans just don't know ball. It's really that simple. They don't know ball. They're just fans because they live in the area. You haven't met a Jazz fan that lives outside of Utah that's not from Utah, okay? I hate Jazz fans, and therefore I hate the Jazz. And I also think the Jazz are trash this year. I think they're bad. I don't think they have any chance of even making the play-in. Anyway, moving on from my Jazz rant, we're just going to go in order of what they have right here. The Raptors, they're pretty bad. They're pretty trash. They do have a really good defense, but their pace of play and their offense in the half court is trash. If they're running on you, especially in transition, they can score, but once they get into the half court, they're pretty bad. And I think they're going to blow it up somewhat early into the season. So I'm going to put them at trash. They could be an outside looking in, but I think they're trash to me. This could be, obviously, we're only 3 in, but I already have a hot take here. There's a chance for the Cavs. Now, am I high on the Cavs? Yes, but Donovan Mitchell is a certified bucket getter. Darius Garland is going to come back, and he's going to have a good season, I think. And then Evan Mobley, if he takes that next jump, especially with Jarrett Allen there, just continuing to get better. If the lights aren't too bright for Jarrett Allen like they normally are, according to himself, I think the Cavs could do something special this season. But I do think that there is a limit. I don't think they're a favorite. I don't even think they're close to a favorite. If anything, they're way closer to everything needs to go right than favorite. But I think there's a chance for the Cavs this year, especially with Max Strus and Isaac Okoro playing the way they're playing right now. I mean, they're playing great basketball for that team, and they need good wing play because they're not very deep at the wing positions. But I think the Cavs are doing really good so far. The Magic, it's an outside-looking-in kind of team. I do think they're going to play a lot better. I think Paolo has the chance to be an All-NBA kind of player. I think Franz Wagner has a chance to be a really good player in this league. I think Cole Anthony's stepping it up ever since he got his money. I think this team is an outside looking in, kind of like a 11-12 seed kind of thing for me. They could definitely make the plan. I think it's a possibility, but I don't think they will. The Pistons, same kind of thing, outside looking in. I think that the Magic are going to be a little bit better than the Pistons, but we see the connection with Jalen Duren and Cade Cunningham so far over the season. And one of the Thompson twins, I forget which one it is, but he's playing at an all defensive, bro, what is going on? An all defensive kind of level. He's playing really well this season, and I'm pretty high on him. If he can continue to grow and the rest of that team can continue to develop, I'm going to be pretty high on the Pistons and the seasons coming on from this. Um, Next, let's go to the Suns. They're definitely above the Cavs. Don't get me wrong. But do I think they're a favorite? No. There is a chance for them, though. Okay, they have one of the best players in the world in Kevin Durant, another really great player in Devin Booker, but we haven't seen cohesion with Bradley Beal yet because he hasn't played. So I do think the Yusuf Nurkic addition is actually working out really well for them. I think it's a lot better than DeAndre Ayton is because he'll actually put the ball up on a pick and roll, and DeAndre Ayton would not. So I think there's a chance for the Suns, but I don't think they're a favorite for me. The Nuggets are a favorite. Nothing else to say. Jokic is the best player in the world. They have the best pieces around Jokic that you can ever have. They're a favorite for me. The Clippers, there's a chance, but they're at the top of this tier for me. They did blow a pretty big lead against the Lakers last night, but Paul George is playing an all-NBA level. If Kawhi Leonard and Paul George stay healthy, I see a world for them. I haven't seen cohesion with the James Harden trade, but since he hasn't played a game yet, I'm still going to put them at there's a chance. If he ends up being garbage with this team, then they'll move down to everything needs to go right. But I think that there's a chance for them, especially if a couple of things go right for them. I think they could win a championship. I think they would need to see a Nuggets get eliminated. I don't think they would beat the Nuggets if they went up against them. But I think there's a chance for the Clippers. Moving on to the Mavericks, they're in everything needs to go right for me. I don't think they're a play-in team this year. I think they'll do a lot better. They're undefeated so far. Luka is a magician. He's one of the best players in the world. But I don't think that they're good enough to be in there's a chance. I think everything needs to go right for them to win a championship this year. Just on the defensive side of the ball, they're pretty subpar. But I think that they're definitely not a play-in team this year, and they're not going to miss the playoffs like they did last year. But if we keep going on, the Blazers are trash. Scoot Henderson does not look very good through his first couple of games, but I'm not going to overreact to that because he's 19 years old. And the rest of their team just is not very good. But we knew this. They blew it up. Okay, they had to. So, moving on. Got the Bucks. No. The Bucks aren't a favorite for me. I'm not too high on the Bucks. I'm a little bit worried for the Bucks, kind of like I said in my last video. But I'm a little bit scared for them. I don't think they're a favorite for me. I'm seeing Dame. I don't know. I can't say if he's regressed. It's only been 5 games. But I don't think that they are a favorite for me right now. But they are a good team. Not going to lie. They're very much closer to favorite than they are to everything needs to go right. They would be at the end of favorite if that's a thing. Okay, the Lakers. It pains me to do this because I'm not a LeBron hater. I used to be a LeBron hater, okay? I'm not a LeBron hater, but I hate the Lakers. But I'm going to put them at there's a chance because I feel like they could do it without everything going right. There is a possibility for them. I think LeBron James is playing at just an insane level for a 38-year-old NBA player, especially last night against the Clippers. He just had an insane game, played an insane amount of minutes. I mean, you can't knock LeBron. He is one of the best players in the world still at 38 years old. So I'm going to put Lakers, and there's a chance. If Anthony Davis is consistent, there will be a bigger chance for them, but I hate Anthony Davis, I'm not going to lie. So yeah, there's a chance. Memphis Grizzlies, they're going to be a play-in team for me. They're 0-5. If they hover around 500, this team could be scary before Ja gets back. When Ja gets back, I do think everything needs to go right will be more of their tier. But I think as of right now, they're more of a play-in team for me. I don't think they're trash. I don't think they're outside looking in. They're just playing with their best player. So it's tough for a team like that to do, anything that's good because they're playing really bad so far. Well, I wouldn't even say really bad, to be honest with you. They're staying in their games, but they just can't capitalize on the offensive end without Desmond Bane in the game. But I think that they'll be a play-in team this year. But I don't want... If I'm a team at the top of the West, I don't want to see the Grizzlies because Ja will be back. He'll be healthy. If their whole team is healthy, I don't want to see the Grizzlies. So this could be a good position for them, especially as the underdog. My Warriors. I don't want to be too biased here. And I was going to put them in favor, but I'm not going to. There's a chance for the Warriors. Chris Paul is making this team be so much better than it was last year. He is controlling the second unit, and he is changing the identity of this team in a good way in his minutes. When Steph Curry's on the floor and Dre's on the floor, we're still playing fast, but when he comes in with that second unit, We're playing it more slow. We're getting good shots every single possession. So he's changing the way this team plays, and I think there is a chance for the Warriors this year, especially more than there was last year. Spurs are outside looking in. I don't think that's bad for them. I think it's the right spot they need to be in right now. I don't think they'll make the plan, but Wemby's a great player, as we've seen. And yeah, they're outside looking in. They're young. They're developing. I see a guy like Keldon Johnson playing pretty well so far. I see Malachi Branham coming in and getting some good minutes. And I just think this team is they're just a little bit young to make the plan so far. And you can't forget about Devin Vassell. Shout out Devin Vassell. He's playing really good this season, taking his good shots off the dribble. But yeah. If we keep going on, I know we have a lot of teams and there's a chance so far, but I'm putting the Pelicans there too. That's also a hot take. But Zion is playing very good through the first couple of games of the season. I just think I need to see, Zion and Brandon Ingram played 200 minutes last season, right? So I need to see them play until around the All-Star break, but I think as of right now, there's a chance. Like I said, Timberwolves, they're outside looking in. They're not looking very good. Rudy Gobert is repulsive to watch. When I go on League Pass and I see the Timberwolves playing a game, I will not click on it even though I love the way Anthony Edwards plays basketball. I hate watching Rudy Gobert play because he clogs up everything. Rudy Gobert makes me nauseous. I can't watch the Timberwolves because Rudy Gobert is so bad. Rim deterrence, all these advanced stats, yeah, he's good at that. But as a basketball player on the eye test, he is so bad to watch. So if you're ever stuck and you're thinking about watching a Timberwolves game, just go outside. Go for a jog, go for a walk. You don't want to ruin that time of your life watching a Timberwolves game. It's not fun. Even though Anthony Edwards is one of the most electric players in the NBA, watching a Timberwolves game will get ruined for you because Rudy Gobert is so annoying. It's done with the Timberwolves rant, Rudy Gobert rant. OKC, a playing team for me. It's a couple years too early for them. They're a great team, yes. But I don't think if everything went right for them, they'd still be able to win a chip. I think Shea has gotten off to a little bit of a slow start this season, but he's still a great player. They have pieces around him. I just think they need to continue to develop, and next year they'll probably be in like everything needs to go right kind of tier. But right now, they're a playing team for me. The Rockets, they're trash. If Ime Udoka is watching this right now, can you please play through Alperen Şengün? He is your best player. And I'm not telling you to give up on Jabari Smith and Jalen Green, but they take tough shots. And they don't make a lot of them. They take superstar level shots, and they don't make many shots. And it's tough to watch the Rockets play when they don't play through Şengün. He is their best player, and it's not really that close. So yeah, they're trash. They're not good. Are they better than most of these trash teams? Yes, let's move to the top. Because they have guys like Dylan Brooks and Fred VanVleet and guys that can kind of hold it down, I think that they're probably a little bit better than most of these trash teams, but they're still pretty trash. The Knicks, everything needs to go right for the Knicks. Great team. RJ Barrett's looking pretty good this season, but Julius Randle and Jalen Brunson take such tough shots that it's just tough for them to sustain that in a 7-game series. Obviously, we saw that last year. They made a little bit of noise, but when they're not hitting their shots, they're not very effective. And as a team, they just aren't going to be able to win the chip, I don't think. Even if everything went right for them, I don't think they'll be able to win it, but it's possible. But they're not a playing team, so they're around right here for me. The Sixers, I think everything needs to go right for the Sixers as well. I don't see them as there's a chance. I don't see them as a favorite. Tyrese Maxey is playing out of his mind. Joel Embiid's MVP level. Tobias Harris is playing really good through the first 5 games of the season. But I don't really see a world where there's a chance for them just because, they traded away James Harden. They have some other things that are just a little bit poor for them, like the defense. Like losing PJ Tucker is probably huge for them. But for me, I think they're in the everything needs to go right tier. They're not with these teams. Now, are they better than the Cavs? In my opinion, no, but in most basketball opinions, probably yes. But I'm a little bit higher on the Cavs this year than I am on the 76ers. If we look at the Hawks, for me, they're a playing team. I don't know about the Hawks. They're so up and down. Trae Young is electric on the offensive side of the ball, but he is the worst defensive player to ever touch the basketball court in the NBA. Every team targets him, regardless of where he is. I don't care if Matt Ryan on the Pelicans has the ball. He will target and he will go at Trae Young because Trae Young is that bad at defense. So yeah, they're a play-in team for me. They're definitely not everything needs to go right, but I wanted to put them on outside looking in, but they'll definitely make the play-in this year, I think. So we'll just put them in the play-in team. Okay, we had some technical difficulties, but we're back. I don't know if the order's in the same way. I think the Kings were lost in translation somewhere, so let's start with the Kings. Kings are in everything needs to go right for me. They're a good team. You have Domantas Sabonis, De'Aaron Fox, and guys like Harrison Barnes are playing big roles so far this season. I think that for this team to make a deep playoff run, everything needs to go right for them. I think this team will be better than last year just because they're a good regular season team and they have another year under their belt with this whole roster. So I'm high on the Kings, but I don't think there's a chance for them. I think everything will need to go right. Let's go Bulls. The Bulls are outside looking in. They're really bad. I kind of want to put them in trash, to be honest with you, but they're outside looking in if they keep this core. If they decide to blow it up, which I think they should, they will be trash. But with the core of Vucevic, DeRozan, and Levine, they'll be a outside looking in team around 10, 11, 12 range. But yeah, they're really bad this year, and there's no other way to put that. The Celtics are the only other contender that I have on this tier list. They're playing amazing. They just blew out the Pacers by I think 51 last night. I mean, that team is stacked. That team's good. That team doesn't really have a hole at any position. That Drew Holiday trade really solidified that point guard position for them, and I'm happy that they get to really see a full potential team because before it was JB and JT, and it was a little bit underwhelming for them to see them underperform in a couple seasons and then lose in the finals, obviously. So I'm going to put them in contenders. I think that them and the Nuggets are the only teams that will contend for a championship this year. It is my finals prediction. So yeah, I think that's a good place to put them. The Nets, they're also outside looking in. They have a well-constructed team for a rebuild, so I'm going to put them right here and outside looking in. They have some young guys. Nick Claxton, they have Mikal Bridges, Cam Johnson, Cam Thomas, their best player so far. He's a certified bucket. He will just go out there and give you 35 to 40, and he will not look like he's trying. Yeah, this team's an outside-looking in team. Could they be a play-in team? Yeah. Will they be a play-in team? Maybe. So yeah. The Pacers are definitely a play-in team. They're my number one League Pass team right now. I watch the most Pacers, well, besides the Warriors, but I watch a lot of Pacers basketball. It's fun to watch. Tyrese Halliburton is a facilitator and also a great scorer. And then they just have guys around that makes it a fun team to watch. And so I'm going to put the Pacers in play-in team because they have the pieces they need to make a playoff run this year. The Hornets suck. The only bright spot in the Hornets is Brandon Miller. LaMelo Ball's been awful. So the Hornets are trash. Wizards, trash. Can't play defense. They suck. They can't play defense, and Jordan Poole and Kyle Kuzma are basically just like, we're going to mess around and have a good time. And that's what the Wizards are to me, and I don't like watching the Wizards basketball. I don't like watching it at all. So they're trash for me. The Heat, they're going to be a play-in team, but they're going to be a good play-in team. That play-in team made it to the finals last year, but right now they're 1-4. They're not really looking like they're carrying during the regular season, so they're going to be a play-in team for me. But like we know, they can turn it on in the playoffs and make it to the finals like they did last year. So yeah, that's my tier list. Let me know your thoughts, who you'd move up, who you'd move down, if you hate me and hate my tier list, but nah, I'm just playing. Yeah, so if you guys could, I'd really appreciate it if you guys leave a like on the video, comment, and subscribe. I'm really passionate about this basketball stuff, and I think this is a fun way for us to just kind of like talk and go through some things. If you have any hot takes, leave them in the comments. If you have any video ideas or things you want to see, send them to the email that I have in the description. But yeah, I kind of want to respond to all of your guys' hot takes about any sport, soccer, basketball, baseball, football. And when I say soccer, I mean European soccer because I don't really watch the MLS. So yeah, put some hot takes in the comments, and I want to make a video soon where like I just respond and give my take on your guys' hot takes. I feel like that'd be fun. So yeah, throw some of those down in the comments. Leave a like and subscribe and comment. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Coops Hoops. Peace.